Or we have space shows. I'm going to show you a clip of that one. We have, you know, the murders, and you know, we don't actually kill people. But if we had people at microphones, we would film that. And then you could go back and watch that later on the iPlayer channel. Okay? So everybody understand how, wow, that's pretty cool. Because with the iPlayer concept, you know, hey, look, I watch Doctor Who, yeah, but I don't watch it when it comes on. Sherlock, don't watch it when it comes on. Prentice, you know, but I watch it on the iPlayer when I have time. So what we do is we get people to think, hey, yeah, here's the show, it's programmed in the schedule, right? And then, you know, I can watch it whenever I want to, or I can listen to it when it came on. Interesting concept, isn't it? So for us, what we're trying to do that is 24-hour days, 7 days a week. And that's what we're looking in for the support. We're looking in for the network to actually be able to program these shows, make these shows, develop these shows, and we actually have, in our showrunners concept, a way of doing that. Yeah? Any questions on that? Gotta be some kind of questions on that. Yeah? Like, if you had the opportunity, maybe I should say, if you had the opportunity, for those of you who are doing radio, to create your own show, what kind of show would you want to create? Ooh. Oh, did you just hear that? That's where the opportunity comes into play. To fill in the time blocks, you know, what we do is we show run ideas. Now, what that means is show running. Anybody ever heard of the word showrunners? Showrunners is an American word in a way, I guess you could say, because the American TV shows do it. Lost, Heroes, any show you name is all showrunned. Very few British shows do it. Doctor Who does it, yeah, but very few other shows do it because it's not America versus Britain here, but it's just the way TV works over here compared to the way it works over there. Anybody sees the difference, right? How many of you watch American TV on your internet? Thank you. A lot of hands on that one, isn't it? Why do you do that? Because no in Britain TV to watch. American TV is interesting, isn't it? So give me a show that you watch. Wired.
Best TV shows.
Best TV shows. House is so awesome.
Thank you.
You know, he says that he wants this to be his last one.
It is. It's his last special.
I know. But then he'll probably go the way of David Tennant when he walked out of Doctor Who. What happened to David Tennant when he walked out of Doctor Who? He goes off and he makes a crazy remake of Fright Night, which I still haven't even seen, you know, and he disappears into obscurity, you know, but he's coming back.
He's currently the highest paid British actor.
Yeah, is he? I don't know why.
He's doing theatre.
Oh, well, there you go. Thank you very much. David Tennant does theater. We heard it here first. You know what I mean?
He did Hamlet. As soon as he retired from Doctor Who, he did Hamlet. And then since then, he's been beaten up for work because he's...
Oh, so much work on that stage. Yeah, but David Tennant was, in my opinion, the best Doctor Who.
Oh, I'm going to start.
All right, I said in my opinion, he was the best Doctor Who. Anyway, my point is the fact that show running, that's why I asked you who has ideas. The way the Americans do it is that you take Carlton Cuse and Damon Lindelof who made Lost, yeah? Actually, they only really wrote the first pilot episode. Then they wrote the subsequent episode. But then what they do is they bring in a team of writers, and the team of writers sit around the table, and they batch out what is called the mythology of a series. And that's what we do as showrunners. Yeah? So, like, one of our writers came in with a story called Poor Little Rich Girl. And it was about a female detective set in the 40s. And her father was a detective, he was dead, and, you know, she took up his mantle, and she has a case. And basically, what I said was, look, this is so cool and interesting that let's showrun this as a series. And now it's going to be a series called The Falcon's Daughter. Now, what we did was, when we showrun that, and this is what I was just trying to say is what we would do when we do radio shows, is the fact that we were able to actually map out a mythology or a plot line for the next couple of episodes. Now, if it's about a female detective in the 40s whose father is dead, was he killed? Was he murdered? Yeah? Is he still alive? You know, he had a band of friends. They all hung out at Charlie's bar. You know, they were detectives. What kind of stories going on there. And because it's about this female detective, we can actually do pre-stories about the Falcon himself. You know, the Falcon was like Sherlock, who had his own Moriarty. Yeah? So then what happened with that guy, and who was he, and all that. So we just bashed that out. And that's how it is. Because a writer is not alone when you showrun. When you come up with ideas, like you may have ideas, you guys may have ideas, but what happens is, how do you sustain it? But with the support of other people in that creative circle, you can do that. And that's what showrunning is. You know, and that's what you be a part of. It's about, like, hey, look, I got an idea, but I can't write it, I can't complete it, or I don't know where it goes from here. And that's where that support network comes in. Everybody understand that? That sounds fantastic, doesn't it? Because then it's not up to you, but you become the showrunner of that show because it's your idea. That means the writers who come up with concepts to help you out, right? They still have to go through you as the showrunner. They still have to, yeah. That means it's you, it's like Post-it. You pick and choose what idea is good. That means it could be like a plot line. It could be plot A, it could be a subplot, it could be like what happens next, it could be the cliffhanger. And then that aspect is, you may not be able to come up with it by yourself. But when people talk and then you go, oh, wait a minute, you know what? When you were just saying that thing about the guy should fall off the roof, I'm going to make the guy fall off the roof. Right? That's my idea. But in that concept, that works because you get to work those things out. And for me, I'm energized by that. I'm energized by the ability to work in that kind of creative microcosm, if you will. Yeah? And that's what we're doing there at Showrunners. All right. Now, it's probably break time or end time, but what I want to do is I want to just give you one more clip. It's actually like the system that we're working on. What we're doing with our radio, we have a thing called a synergy.
Okay, so what we can do here is we can set up our radio schedule, so we can have tracks and jingles and adverts on here. And then this panel over here, we can set up sound effects, so if I press it, when it's set up, we can like applause or clap or fart or whatever.
That's called the card stack.
So if we go over to library, these are all our music.
Okay, first of all, library is the yellow button.
So you can also press the yellow button on the
So everything that we record on the microphone goes into the local file. The card stack, so
okay, so now we're in the library.
So we play ads,
so we have
jingles,
local, which is the stuff that we programmed. We have carts, which is the actual scheduled carts, pre-programmed stats. Ads, which they're
this was already on the system, so we haven't like programmed it.
The ads. Jingles, these are just kind of like short little stingers, sweeps, sound effects as well. Then we have music, a whole list of music that your PRS will allow you to play. And then we have news and a whole variety amounts of news broadcasts. So,
all the original stuff that was on the system.
We'll schedule program show, right?
Okay.
Alright, so what will we do first, Everett?
Okay, so we'll do the first one with our voice live through the microphone. So we'll then go into an advert. So we'll do microphone live.
So it's great, like Friday Cut was, is that it's just click and drag system.
Yes.
And then we'll have a jingle, which will be like, let's say, announcement.
You love that one, don't you?
So announcement. It's the only sweep I can say.
Okay.
And then we'll add air raid siren to our.
So you put that over in the card stack, because this is also a touch screen. So you can touch it and then they'll play.
Let's add that one to this one.
Okay. Now
Also
also
add some music.
okay. Now before wait, you should add like three tracks, right? But can you, because this is a touch screen, can you touch and put the music up as well?
I think you can just double tap on it and it'll add it in.
Double tap onto the screen, or you could just click and drag like you would do.
But the easiest way is to click.
Yeah.
Because you can also reorder the music. Like, if you just click on it,
So how would you reorder the music?
you just drag the clip into the audio.
Okay, where you want it to go.
And this is programmed out like the show. Now the thing about this is, while it's still talking, is the fact is that we go in there, like say during the day or weekend, and we actually program the show. Then what it do is we'll play it and record the podcast so that way it comes down as one. Like I said, I didn't have time to edit this before I came. But then what will happen is that, so that way it's on the sound broadcaster that goes through the shoutcast, that goes through our outside server, and it's programmed to play at 8 o'clock on a Saturday, or 9 o'clock on a Sunday.
There's the red button for record.
Red button for record. It says quick.
Anyway, only comes on. But like, so this is like the I call it the pod, but this is like what we'll be taking out, you know, external, as far as going out to places to record radio. And we have this whole big base. Now, what we also didn't show you there, because we're just there like training ourselves on the pod, is that we also have a big black box studio that we're going to make into a TV studio. We're talking about actually doing live shows, panel shows, talk shows, even sitcoms, in a live TV studio setup with 3 cameras and a TriCaster, right? So what that means is, you know, allows us to technical direct the shows live in that aspect. And we have one actually coming up in the end of March, where we actually got a client to do a show about jobs, which a lot of you should be interested in. Because what it is about kind of like not just about wanting work, but where the work is. Who's got jobs, startup companies, you know, top tips, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like a panel discussion show that we're actually setting up, and we're shooting a pilot in the end of March. What we want to do is we want to turn Parklands into like a TV studio, like if you went out to Universal in LA. People would actually travel out to the studios, even though it's far, because something's on. You know, if we had our live murder midnight, you know, shows being performed there, and people were listening to it on the radio, they travel out that just extra couple of miles to come out there to go and see something that was really interesting. And that's what we're trying to do, is trying to wake people up to something completely different. And hopefully that's what it sounds like to you, that this was something completely different in that aspect. Yeah? All right, I'll ask you a question. Was it interesting? You in the red.
Me?
Not you. You in the red. Who would think? Me, I know it was interesting for you. You wrote things down and stuff. I'll be like Charlie Brown, little redhead girl. Was that interesting? What? You know that? Yeah, I was talking to you. Yeah, you're the only redhead back there.
I thought you said red top, so I thought yeah,
no?
very interesting.
In here. What about you, my man?
I was just thinking, in terms of video, what kind of software are you going to be using? Is it all just After Effects, or will you be using like Ableton Composer or Final Cut or Premiere or something like that?
Like I said, is that we switched over to the Power Director, but we're also using Avid Media Composer. Does everybody get what's going to happen here? All right, Rebecca?
What? How do I think?
Yeah. Anything that I didn't cover for you? Anything I didn't cover for you?
No, I don't think so. I think you covered everything for me, on terms of video anyway. I don't really care about radio right now.
Are you in the video course or are you in the radio course?
But well, we do video and radio there.
Because we're also
Have to have a taste of both
Yeah, yeah.
to find out what they want to do.
Oh, nice one. Did that strike your interest?
The video did, yeah.
Oh, did it? Yeah.
Yeah, video part, radio.
Right. No, that's cool. What about you guys? I'm gonna call you Abbott and Costello because that's how I remember you. What about you guys?
I love it. I think it sounds really rad.
Right.
Sounds rad, huh? You know, that's so 80s, that. You know? I mean, it's just kind of like, oh, dude, sounds really rad, man.
No, I like the whole idea of bringing the video and the radio together.
Yeah, as long as you name me as the source. And everything like that. Yeah, because what I was going to say is that, but yeah, feel free to ask me questions afterwards because I know it's pretty much probably like break time, like a lot of you starving for the different things you're starving for. What I was going to like talk about was like treatments and concepts and everything like that. So I had like a list of treatments and all that, but I won't bore the ones who don't want to know. But I mean, pretty much, I think I did cover that about the EPK scenario where I was talking about, you know, the importance. What I would like to say is about, and I worked this out in my head before I came, but